Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online, the SLOTRO edition. This is Gnarlrynae here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlrynae. Good girl. When last we left off, we were up here in the area of Fornost, doing quest up along the area of the treasure hunters camp, and in all the orc camps and the ruins, orc and goblin camps in the ruins, and around in the various wild animals in these parts. Thinking I would have gotten another mission up the other day. I actually had a few minutes to kill before I went to bed when I got off work late one morning. We've been doing a lot of overtime this last few weeks. If y'all don't think the virus is on the upswing here in the States, and particularly in certain states with certain colored political persuasion, shall we say, you'd be wrong. It is on the upswing, and we are busting our asses in the hospital right now. But we've got that out of the way, and because of that, I actually had a few minutes and was going to do some LOTRO and found out there was an update coming in and ended up not being able to do that. But we are set now. I think we have done all the ones here in the Fornost area. All the quests that we had running through there, other than the raids and such. And there's a couple others that have, I think there's one that still has a silver ring, and we haven't talked to them yet. Hello, Emma. What do you have?
What do you need?
Yeah, Captain. Please, you must find Captain Fismel. The shades no longer suffer, etc. Alright, but what we are going to do while we were doing all this is we had a mail. And that's what we're going to look at today. From Dalton Willow, another matter of importance. Another test awaits. Read the notes I have sent along and return them to me when you are prepared. Dalton Willow. So we're going to detach that item. And then we are going to take a look at it. And read it and increase our font because we still haven't gotten our new glasses yet. Gnarlrynae, I have another task for you. Return to me at the Scholar's Stair, and perhaps we can tear your head from the clouds and put it where it belongs, in study. Dalton Willow. Bring the letter to Dalton Willow in Bree. Okay, that is surely what we are going to do. So let's head on back to Bree. I'm going to mount up, in fact, and see if we can just ride on out of here, such as it is. Weave in between the camps and in between the orcs and hopefully rush past the ones at the gate down here. I hope y'all been having a decent time during the time that I've been not really doing this too much. I've been tied up. I have been doing, I guess truck sim has been my easiest thing. See how easy it is to get past all the guards and all if you ride through them while they are still spawning in. Works fairly well there, doesn't it? Good. Nobody's on our trail anymore. It's just a matter now of finding our nearest stable, which I'm thinking is going to be off here to the left. Isn't that going to be the one at the foot of the round circular ruin, if I remember correctly? And can we get there this way, or is this way going to lead us? Nope, I don't think so. I think we actually have to ride past that elf camp, that ranger and slash elf camp where Colbert the Mad hangs out. So that we can get there, because I don't think we can get out of the valley unless it's changed a bit, especially seeing as we need to get up there to that round ruin. thinking that's the one that we have to go to, and there's no other way to ride up it other than the actual Blood Eyes pack. Haven't we done that already? You have previously completed, yeah, defeat old Blood Eye, the Barghest. And we have already done this one. So, let's see, can we decline it? There we go. There's the elf camp up yonder, the ranger camp. So we'll be hanging a left here in just a second. I'm pretty sure that the elf camp does not have a stable. And with people named Colbert the Mad, I'm pretty sure that the elf camp is not very stable, you know? Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying, Vern? That's what I thought. So yeah, let's continue on through. Like I said, I hope y'all been having a good one. That is definitely the ruin we're going to. We'll see what it's called whenever we get up there. Is that Ost something? It's either Ost or Ammon. We're either talking about a fort or a tower. I'm not sure which one. Or hill, rather. Tower would actually be Minas, wouldn't it? Well, I hope y'all been having a good one. I hope y'all been playing a lot of SLOTRO and stuff. I've been wanting to, but as I said, at times not being able to. Let me see what this is called again. No, it's not the Greenway. Gnarlrynae. As I said, we have completed up. I think we've completed all the quests that I could find that we are capable of doing. Obviously, we're not going on the big fellowship quest. We're not going on the raids, that sort of thing.
Greetings.
But Trestle Bridge or a Stelden? Well, since we're trying to get back to Bree, that's not the one we're after. Let's go to this one. Let's go to Stables. Let's go to Bree. And we can get to Bree from either Trestle Bridge or, I'm sure, Stelden. Why don't we take the one to Trestle Bridge? How much? 10 silver, 50 copper. God. It actually feels pretty damn... That's pretty high, but feels pretty damn cheap considering whenever you're over there on Narlo and Rohan, and it seems like every stable ride I take now is 50 or 60 silver, you know, 5 times that. Like, damn. Don't know why they even charge it anymore. And seriously, after the beginning levels, I mean, why? Unless you're riding 20 or 30 stable rides a day, seriously, it's not that big a drain on your pockets if you're looking for some kind of a money sink in the game. Maybe back 11, 12 years ago, whenever the game was new and the landscape still had landscape monsters were still tough and the quests were still a little bit tougher. And definitely before the days when you got Hobbit presents all the time. Which are at least a couple of times a month dropping a gold or more on me. You just... Why are we charging 10 silver for a stable ride these days, you know? Just make the stables free. Or if you want the role-playing bit, alright, we'll do the role-playing. That's fine, and say that you do have to shell out a token amount. I think this is what... Well, I'm saying whenever you got token amounts, and not token amounts, but token amounts. I remember there being the thing with Barnum and Butterbur, whenever the Hobbit's ponies went missing and they had to go on foot. And when the Nazgul or whoever scared off all the horses and they went missing, and didn't Barber, it's one of the few times that money is actually mentioned in the whole book. You know, it's so rare that they ever talk about money. One of the parts of Lord of the Rings, which is, we're gonna head to West Bree now. One of the parts, yeah. I'm gonna say Hingstacer. We might need to go to Hingstacer too after this, but we'll go to Bree and go to West Bree, and let's see about getting our scholars. Tailor and Cook, not that. Loremaster. Get our Loremaster 30th level quest done. But it's one of the few, I guess, failings in the book. Is that there's almost never any mention of money as anything other than treasure. It's so rare that you ever hear anybody. I mean, they go to, for instance, they go to the Prancing Pony, and at no time during the Prancing Pony are they presented with a bill. Is there any kind of question? And I guess it's just because in high fantasy, the lords and ladies and aristocracy didn't really touch money. You know, it was beneath them. They had their underlings to do that sort of thing. And let's not doubt for a minute that Frodo and Pippin and Merry were aristocracy in the Shire anyway. They're as close as you got to it. So, yeah, there's the thing where Barlaman pays them for their ponies. That's what I was getting to in the initial part of this. What he gave them, was it 10 silver pennies that he paid them for the 4 ponies? Which was a bargain because they came back and he ended up with 4 really good, sturdy ponies for his trouble. So he came out all right in the end. And the only other mention, I mean, they mention obviously money's being used because Bilbo gets the treasure. He brings the troll treasure home with him and all. If you remember the 3 trolls, William, Bert, and Ernie, or whoever, Bill. And he brings their treasure home with him, and he talks about how he spent it all, or gave it all away. So he's trying to get, they talked about the troll treasure, and that's what he does. He says, I gave almost all of it away because he felt that being stolen in the first place, it really wasn't rightfully his, so let's give it away to other people. And they talk about his halls full of jewels and all that, so he had to be rich, and he had to be spending the money and that sort of thing. And even in there, they talk, hints that he had gone broke. And that Frodo, remember that's when Frodo was moving out of Bag End. Why was he selling Bag End? Well, there were hints and all kind of acknowledged and hinted at by the knowledgeable Sam that his inexhaustible money had finally ran out and he was looking for cheaper lodgings. But even then, like I said, it's more of a genteel, I think of To the Manorborn, if you remember that Britcom, more of a genteel form of being broke. Or I think of the TV show. Think of the TV show As Time Goes By with Judi Dench and Jeffrey Palmer. There's the character in there. It's the one that her daughter is the daughter whose name is Judy, not Judi Dench the actress, but the character is Judy, is dating and / becomes engaged and / becomes married to Alistair. That's his name. And Alistair at one point talks about being broke, how everything's gone bad, and he's like basically trying to they're trying to do a hostile takeover on his publishing industry. And he's gone broke and that sort of thing. But then I find out that broke for him still only means a few £1,000,000, That was his definition of broke. So it's, as we've said before, The rich have a different definition of broke than the rest of us do. It means you can't go out and pay cash for a yacht, I would imagine. Let's go in here into the Scholar Stair archives, and let's talk to Dalton Willow, who is going to be giving us our level 30 Loremaster test. A Loremaster's will.
I'll spit with you a moment.
Esperon at the refuge of Dualand in Gnarlrynae has come into possession of a puzzle that he hopes a true Loremaster will be able to solve. He has kept the details to himself, but if you were to seek him out, I'm sure the puzzle would be of interest to you. Esperon himself is a most learned Loremaster. I wonder what puzzle could evade his understanding. So talk to Esperon, and there we get the Amethyst, our staff, class Loremaster only staff, and a Loremaster cloak, Cloak of the Serpent's Horde. Well, that is definitely a nice upgrade for our cloak, and that would be a very nice upgrade for our staff as well. So yeah, we'll take this one on, which means that we need to go to we are going to have to go and talk to Esperon at the refuge in Dualand. Alright, so all the way back to the North Downs now. Alright, we've just chatted and talked on our way all the way down here, so I'm going to give you all a break on the way back as I ride all the way back to Estelden, so we can then head down to the refuge in Dualand. Oh, no, the refuge in Dualand. That's right. That's over there in the Gnarlrynae, isn't it? Well, we'll have to be able to get a quick travel over there, so never mind then. Y'all get to keep hearing me talk. But yeah, things have been awful busy at the hospital. I have been working a bunch of overtime, a bunch of 4-day weeks, which once again doesn't sound like a long time until you remember each one of those days or nights that I work actually is about 14 hours long, so you get 4 of those and suddenly you're talking about some some overtime here. Let's see, let's go
what can I do for you?
We're headed to Gnarlrynae. Let's go to Kellendem. And we'll have to get a ride from Kellendem to the refuge. Yeah, it's been some long, busy time, so I come home, and the only reason I do have time to game when I'm not off like this is that I'm off tonight, and I'm off tomorrow night, and then I got a 4-day stretch again. Coffee. Which I'm going to go get another cup of while we finish the ride into Kellendem here. Let's do this. Oops, let's not talk to the horse. The horse isn't going to be able to sell us a ride. Ooh, festival stay. We've never gotten the festival announcer. There we go. Swift travel to the treasure camp. Huh. Hadn't picked up the stable master there, the festival stable person. And I was headed down to the correct stable master, wasn't I? Haven't been here in a while. We are going to ride up to Dualand. So I'll let that take off. And while we are riding over there, I'm going to go get me another cup of coffee. And I shall be right back. Alright, and we've rejoined you with a fresh cup of coffee here. Let's have a good slurp out of it right quick. Ah, excellent. So, who are we trying to find? What's his name? Isferon. Let's look around and see if we can find this Isferon fella. But yeah, so I had some time and I tried to hop on and get an event thing done, but they were updating. So that kind of ate up that. So instead, while they were doing that, I worked on my trucking. Because as you know, the Scholar's Enclave. Would that be where Isferon is? I don't actually see a ring on my map, but let's take a look inside just to see what the hell is in here. A study, that's what is in here. That's it. Just a study. So if you needed a study, this is where you get one. Alright, let's keep looking for Isfaron. But yes, I was doing my trucking, you know, the whole Trucking Idaho event was going on. And it was supposed to have ended yesterday, so I was filling in. It's like we got to get a bunch of things with the overtime. I wasn't on it either. So it's like an entire another week had gone by. I had 3 days to finish up, and I needed to do either 6 or 7 more deliveries in those 3 days. So I had to get busting on it, so I was doing a couple of those every day during the few minutes I had off, and it wasn't a case of me... It wasn't a case of me trying to, you know, I wasn't like, oh, I need to set aside the time to do it and all that. It was a case of the fact that I would wake up. I've been having just terrible time sleeping lately. Horrible time sleeping. And in light of that, you know, it's like I've been saying like too much again, for one thing. Getting really into the whole like wagon, and I need to get off of that once more. But I've been having a hard time sleeping. I've been going to bed at 9 or 10 o'clock and in the morning, and waking up usually 2 or 2:30. And I don't leave the house to go to work till 6, so I've been waking up about 4 hours before I have to leave to go to work, and that's about 3 hours sooner than I need to. I need to be getting a good 6 or 7 hours of sleep. I have found before that. I just... Wait a second. Dualon. The Refuge of Dualon. Is that where we are? I'm wanting to say we are. Look at our map again. Yeah, we're in Dualon, and there it is. We can just get there. Looks like it's north of us. It's way to the north of us. So are they on the outside of the town? Because it looks like... Crunch. It looks like that's where we are headed. Nope, that's over this way. Oh God, we're so crunched and broken up. Alright. Let's head back to this part where we were not paying attention to whatever damn circle, whatever damn ring it was on the map. Alright, we're supposed to be in this area. Let's zoom in so we're paying more attention to paying more attention to who the people are than we are to... I haven't been to a reflecting pool in ages. A Loremaster's Will. Yeah, it's this way still. See the arrow that's pointing us there. So what did... And now I see the circle. Oh, so we ran right on by him. Is he over this way? There he is. We ran right on by him when we were doing the circle of the town here. This isn't exactly in the refuge, pal. What have you got to say to us?
To you.
You have heard of my puzzle, Gnarlrynae? I do not know why I cannot discover the solution. I, who have studied the arts of flame and ash and the mysteries of cinders and coal. My friend... Excuse me a second. For some reason, my eyes are particularly squinty this morning. My friend Beranin despaired of Middle-earth and sailed west some time ago. He left, some time ago. Are we talking about several months ago? Or since he's an elf and saying some time, are we talking about a couple of millennia ago? He left me 3 small boxes and said that when I was able to solve the riddles he left in my possession, I would be able to open them. I grieve that Berenin has gone and would learn what secrets he has left to me. But I am unable to determine the solution to the riddles. Poultices and mixes are my prime interest, not word games and trifles. I am sure that Berenin left the keys to each box at the locations that solve each riddle, but where these may be, I do not know. I will give you the first riddle, and if you can bring me the key, then I will give you the second riddle, and we will continue in this fashion until we've learned what secrets Berenin left for me when he sailed west. I give you the first riddle, and wish you good fortune in deciphering it. Solve Berenin's first riddle and collect a key from the correct location. Oh, great. And now we've got the piece of paper, which I am not able to read at the moment. Okay, let me get closer to the screen here and drop my keyboard. What the hell are we hitting down there? Berenin's first riddle. She runs through the blue, the shadow of passage falls over her. On one hand, a silent guardian. She runs through the blue, the shadow of passage falls over her. On one hand, a silent guardian. All right, we're going to try and figure out that location. Let's get rid of whatever crap we suddenly blew up on the screen everywhere. And we're into uncharted territory here, I do believe. I don't think I ever took... I've got another Loremaster, which would be, what, Loomis. I don't think I ever took Loomis to 30th level. I think Loomis is still in their 20th, I believe. Now, let's see here. Of course, they don't give you it on this, do they? A Loremaster seeks to solve all the mysteries of the world, but whether he chooses to share the solutions with others is often a defining characteristic. Okay. So we're going to ponder this one. She runs through the blue. The shadow of passage falls over her. On one hand, a silent guardian. Runs through the blue. Sounds like it could be a river. It could be the sky. On one hand, a silent guardian. So there's like a statue or a fort or something like that. We will ponder it out. And I will see y'all next time, since I believe that has got our 20-something minutes here. The next one, I will, I'm not going to make y'all sit here while I sit and ponder it and all. We're definitely into the length of it. So the next time, we will not be moving on to Gnarlrynae. We will continue along with the Loremaster's Will here, alrighty? So I will see y'all then. And y'all have a good one until then. Thanks for coming along.